Flavors of Oreo. Oreo cookies. King-size packs of double stuffed Oreo cookies and king-size packs of double stuffed golden Oreo cookies. Hey, they're all great for sharing and filled with delicious cream.
Good morning.
No meltdown. I've tried already before.
Yeah, well,
nothing.
Sorry,
You're
buddy.
not even going
I'm all
to
over
like
it.
minor cooperation. Fake meltdown? Could we get a TMZ meltdown at
Because
all?
you're the,
How are you guys
the
doing this
inaugural stream. You're
Yeah.
the
What's
first
that?
guy, first comedian that we've actually
Yeah,
are
we've had
streaming on the
web.
video.
You can
We
check
just
it out
started
on
Oh,
our
doing it.
great.
website,
Cool, man. Well, I thought you had Lovitz. You said you had him.
Yeah, it was last week. It was more of a contest thing, though. He was a judge in one of
Oh.
our contests. So yeah, he was great, and we had him on there. But you're like the first
Inside the
guest.
actor studio.
Right.
That's cool, man. Well, what an honor.
Yeah, you should
Thank
be
you.
so honored.
So honored to be on the web.
And you've seen our our setup here for our
It's
cameras.
beautiful.
Which
It's
are,
fantastic.
Lysol
notch.
cans.
How do you not watch it?
tape? Yeah, how do you not stare in?
How do you not look at that
Which
if
is-
you're driving to work?
People do.
Right.
You'd be surprised how many are actually looking on their phones while
Yeah.
they drive, which is kind of scary. But yeah, so we don't
good,
have.
man.
There's nothing I can say or do that makes you say why and great for cameras.
No.
throwing a chair.
But hey,
over
thanks
the-
for having me. I know you guys are the #1 radio station.
That's right.
How did that work? How did that happen? Did that happen over time or what
Yeah,
happened?
no, it's just
Took a little
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a pure accident. We tripped over ourselves. It just happens to be that the rest of the city's terrible. So it worked out great for us.
Outlasted
You know,
everyone else.
It's a good thing.
There you go.
Well, I had my hopes set on a meltdown, but it seems like you're pretty normal. So we have to go a
So
different
far.
angle. Yeah, so far.
I like the picture of you guys, though.
Which is that? What are you looking at?
I like the picture of the morning sickness.
Yeah.
Looking at our caricature from,
Oh,
from John Hoffman.
yeah. The
You
drawing.
look like the picture of you is the funniest one, though. That one.
Toledo.
though.
Yeah.
Is that, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
we're-
funniest one because it's it looks like a little bit like the guy who has the performing frog, that sings in front of people.
Yeah.
Michigan
then,
J.
um,
Frog.
It does look
his
like
owner.
it. No, the
The owner.
The guy that finds him on the
Yeah, and
construction
then he
site.
goes insane because he finally he only performs for him, and then the
Right.
curtains fall. It's
And
the
then
greatest
someone else
cartoon
picks
ever.
it up.
It won awards. And the best thing about that cartoon that everybody saw is the deep psychological thing was the frog actually performing? Or was he just nuts?
Oh, he was performing, but it was
Are you
just-
sure?
It's just it's a comedy is about seeing somebody suffer and
Oh, yeah.
continuing and and being able to laugh
See,
at
because
it.
deeper for me was he actually insane? Went out and bought the theater, put out the free beer posters. The frog will
He
dance.
spent a lot of dough.
And then when
before
there
it-
was nobody around, all of a
Yeah.
sudden his beautiful mind.
But
brought
it
the
was
frog
it's
to
so
life.
beautiful when he's singing and everything's great and he's got the hat and
Yeah.
and then the curtain breaks.
Yeah.
So I think it's like it was a real thing for me. It's the most perfect cartoon ever.
Yeah. Have you ever felt that before?
And you know what the cool thing about was showing it to my wife, she's from Mexico, and she had no idea about that cartoon. So be able to show that to an adult, and
You
just say
have it laying
this
around?
genius. No, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, you can
okay.
pull
Oh,
it
yeah, I
up.
see what
You
you're
can
saying.
just everything's on YouTube. But
Yeah.
it was just to me, the performing frog and that guy going insane, and then somebody finding it in the future. It's just perfect.
And he's still around.
It's like at Saturday Night Live. It had a great ending. Very infrequently have cartoons have great endings.
Right.
Like in Saturday Night Live, very infrequently do we have good endings.
Yes, the sketch is always just
and
kinda-
that's a perfect sketch. A guy in the future sees it. It's like, oh.
It was pretty perfect, and it won they used to give Academy Awards to cartoon stuff as shorts before movies.
Oh, did they really?
And I think
that's
that was
what
a winner.
Well, that was back in the time in the 50s. They used to have a couple of shorts. Oh yeah,
There he is.
It does. It got a kind of a resemblance. Huh?
Oh, I always hand those over there.
That's
yeah.
amazing, huh? How fast you can get stuff
Yeah,
nowadays.
it is pretty unbelievable. What's one
Yeah.
thing? Here's a meltdown topic. What's one thing on the internet you wish they couldn't get to? That is Rob Schneider-esque. Is there anything on there that you're like, oh,
It's
jeez.
well, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of creepy when people come up to you and go, "Your wife's hot."
Yeah, that is.
That's kinda
because
creepy.
that's infiltrating your regular life.
Well, it's just there's pictures of us at like premieres or whatever, or David Letterman show, and
Right.
then they can just look it up, and it's a kind of there's a weirdness happening. I mean, I'm not one of those guys who you'll never read about me in Inquirer or any of that stuff.
Yeah, you're pretty normal.
Well, I just don't go out, or I'm not interested in that stuff.
Right.
And so, but I think the people who are in that want to be in that.
So do I.
I don't,
So you don't have a publicist call and say Rob's going to be at the Starbucks at 8:00 at the camera.
You want a big clubber early
Oh
on.
gosh, no.
Were you ever a
Yeah.
party guy? Were you kind of always the?
Oh,
quiet
I
one?
remember. I mean, it's fun to go out and do stuff, but the difference is, in your 20s, you hear. You go, I got to get in there, man. And in your 40s, you hear. Turn that crap down. You get
Too
over
loud
it.
in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
and
I've-
there's smoking because you remember when we were younger, there was still smoking in these clubs.
yeah, and
And
it's
you
Now
go
it's
home,
just
you had
fog.
to you had to burn your you throw your clothes away. It just stunk like smoke.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean it was fun for a while. My wife still likes to go out. She's younger than me. She still wants to do things, have friends, learn how to read, all these dumb things, and I'm not into it. But if she wants to go, she can go. I don't care.
Now you say your wife is from Mexico. How did you meet this?
She's a TV producer.
No, really.
As a matter of fact, we just did our own TV show. I funded it. I'm the only actor who's ever paid for an entire season of his own sitcom. And we're still shooting it another 20 days in L.A. And that's
And
one of
she-
the reasons I'm out here in L.A.
And she is.
I mean, sorry, that's why
yeah,
I came from L.A. to
Right.
Tempe to work for the weekend
to pay for your show.
to pay for my show.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you got to do little side jobs here to get your.
yeah.
And so it's just.
And
Gonna
this is one of my favorite clubs anyway.
Yeah, it's a great spot. So the
Oh, yeah,
the
awesome.
internet is where your show will be.
No, I mean maybe on Showtime, maybe
Oh, okay.
FX.
You're trying to get it picked up still?
It's
or is it-
awesome. Honestly,
Yeah.
we spent a year on it. I mean, a year of our lives by the time we're done. Over a year.
And
What's it called?
Yeah, what
It's
is it?
a Real Rob, Life of Rob, something like that. We had 11 million average viewers for my show, Rob, on CBS, and
Right.
that wasn't enough for them. That's enough for me. I'll take 11 million.
That's a lot.
That's 3 times more than our competition on NBC, so I'll take that.
Absolutely. And
So,
why didn't it work at CBS with
I don't
11
know.
million
They just
people
think they could do more. They got Robin Williams, and I think they got rid of Robin Williams. So
They
I
did.
don't know.
They dropped
watching?
it.
Maybe they'll ask you
So
back.
that happens. Well, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I don't have to wait. I can do it myself.
Yeah. There
You know?
you go. Isn't that the
So
amazing
this Real
thing? It's
Rob,
like-
and I have my wife. She's going to play my wife, and we wrote the scripts. I kind of wanted to do like Faulty Towers, where John Cleese wrote it with his wife.
Right.
I wrote it with my wife and this great comedian named Jamie Lissau, who's actually going to be performing tonight with me.
Okay, cool.
We all drove together. By the way, we drove here.
Yeah.
In a Tesla. My Tesla says it's a road trip. Let's take a Tesla.
Oh.
What a pain in the butt that is. Because we had
How
had
far
enough.
did you get?
Well, because it's kind of a steep uphill grind to
Right.
get here. By the way, I didn't know that, and so we kind of ran out. We needed to get some
Juice.
in La Quinta, which is a nice place, but they had like literally just a normal plug. And it took 3 hours just to get a little bit of juice. We had 3 miles. I'm not kidding you. 3 miles left. My buddy's got a picture of it to prove it. 3 miles left, and we're at Quartzsite, and then we filled it up there. That took an hour and a half.
have
And
electricity in
I didn't even sleep.
I didn't even know
I came
that.
straight
Yeah.
here.
Straight in.
I came straight here.
From last night.
And Quartzsite, yeah, they got a Carl's Jr. and a
An
Tesla.
outlet.
Yeah.
And an outlet, yeah. And so we charged it up, and then we barely got here. And my
Yeah.
wife's going to the hotel. I brought the baby. I feel terrible because she didn't sleep last night.
So is the Tesla a bad idea generally for
Tesla's
road
a great car if you're just going to stay in town. But
So
if you
you
go for road trips, they don't have it figured out yet.
Yeah.
They have to have those superchargers everywhere.
Yeah.
And if you just have you can't just have a Carl's Jr. and then a regular
Right.
plug. You got to. And it took 3 hours to get 80 miles.
You know what I think is going to
Wow.
start happening? I
That's
think
brutal.
it's going to be like RV parks will have like hillbilly RV, Tesla.
Oh yeah,
RV.
that's true. It's going to
And
be.
It's going to be kind of a
you're gonna
combination of people.
Well, it's going to be odd, but I do think it's a good car. I mean, if you're just staying in town, it's a ridiculously
Yeah,
great car.
you like
I
that.
charge my car $4.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So now what about going back? Have you plotted out a
Yeah, you got to
plan?
drive it
'Cause
back.
you got-
You know what the going back is? My wife said she's flying back. So the baby and my wife will be flying back,
So
and
it
I
wasn't-
will be driving back alone.
Slowly, through
Slowly,
Palm
12
Springs.
hours,
Yeah.
trying to limp to La Quinta.
You might
La
run
Quinta,
into
California.
Jim Morrison out in the desert.
So what are the odds there? Like, what are the options? So can you carry like a self charger in the thing too? Or
No,
there's none of that.
You
So
you got to just plug it in somewhere.
so you have to be hyper aware.
You can actually have an extension cord and just plug it in. It'll take 10 hours.
Take off. No kidding.
Yeah,
See,
but I mean, if it's a supercharger, you can do it in an hour and a half. Boom, charge it up
so you have to sit and
all the
wait for
way
it to charge. too.
280 miles. If you want to charge, but if you want to do it like in a regular plug, it could take 12 hours.
So it would kind of suck. So let's say you pull over in Palm Springs, you plug it in.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I plug my cell phone in at night and realize.
You know,
that
your cell phone probably has got more power than the damn plug that we're using at Carl's Jr. in La Quinta.
But that's what I mean. Sometimes and you're like, I didn't push it all the way in, or I did something.
Exactly.
Not quite right.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
you know what? It was funny that you mentioned that. I got mad at my wife for that because she said, I said, did you charge the thing? And she said, yes, it's plugged in. But she forgot to turn the knob up.
Oh,
And so, like, I'm going now. We're going to leave in an hour, right? In the afternoon, we're going to leave.
Right.
Okay, we're going to leave in an hour. I go down. Let me just check.
Yeah.
Not that I don't trust my wife, but I just know my wife.
Right.
Cut to. It was like 160 miles, and you're supposed to have 280. And what the hell? She didn't turn the thing on. So I said, honey. So we had to leave at 8 o'clock instead of at 2 o'clock.
This sounds
Cut
terrible.
to. I'm just walking. But anyway.
Doesn't gas seem so much better now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I want to pour gas all over myself and light myself on fire now.
There's a supercharging station across the street from the club.
Oh, there is. Yeah. I know. Here, thank you.
Well, yeah, in a
they didn't have
city,
one
right?
on the
yeah,
way.
we're talking about
Yeah, you're talking about
Just
Quartzsite.
helping him out for the drive home.
If he
The
wants to
drive
wander
The
and get
drive home, they're gonna bone me on the way home too.
Right. He's going to get screwed there.
But
They
isn't
have
it
one
kind of?
at,
Is a lot of it's uphill from? I didn't realize
know
there's
that.
up this.
So now you're going to go downhill. You'll be
Well, I
right.
asked the morons at La Quinta, by the way, they're nice guys, but they're morons. I said, it's kind of flat. Oh, yeah, it's all flat all the way from here. I said, no, it isn't.
No, it's a
it's a
gradual
steady
climb.
incline, and I'm just like, I had an extra 30 miles above the charge to get the place. I limped there with 3 miles left. I'm just like, and I got a baby, my wife's,
she's going
not happy
nuts.
with me. My wife's
Yeah.
like, I'm taking a plane. I'm going on the internet right now.
What was the other car that you could have taken?
Well, I have another Tesla, but it's a Roadster. It's a little tiny little car. It gets even less thing.
You're big on the Teslas.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
good stock.
You got a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got. I did okay.
Yeah, see, I'm afraid that
Adam Sandler's the one who gave me the first one, and I liked it.
He just handed you a Tesla?
That was from the. Was that from the first Grown Ups?
Yeah, he made $150 million. He gave me a car. That was nice.
Is that why you didn't do
Didn't
Grown Ups
everyone
too?
got Teslas around the house?
No, wait a minute.
right?
I want to get into that because you weren't in Grown Ups too.
I was not in Grown Ups
That's
too.
why now we're going to have our meltdown. This is exactly what I was looking for, Rob Schneider. This is
You got
exactly
it.
the anger towards Adam Sandler says hoarding all the money and giving out cars that barely make it here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly it. Well,
No, he gave me the small one, which is really cool, the sports car, which is awesome.
Yeah.
He gave the other guys Maseratis, but I liked it, the small Tesla. It's cool.
And why did he give you that? Because he makes small jokes about you all the time?
Maybe. I don't know. I'll take it. I don't care. But it was very nice of him. I'll take it. No, I didn't do Grown Ups 2. If I would have done Grown Ups 2, my wife got pregnant. It would have been Divorce 3. So I had to
Really?
I had to make
Timing.
They didn't even mention that you weren't in it.
Well, why would they want to? I mean, why not let the people figure it out on their own after they pay?
Yeah,
Like,
why would you put that in the
Wouldn't the people
credits?
be like, there's a
Exactly.
guy missing? Like, can you
Yeah, but
explain
that's
where
okay.
he went?
They'll be fine. We're going to do another one probably in February.
My goodness. Good
Adam wants to do a Western, so we'll see what that happens.
A Western?
He's got a big movie coming out next
I know.
week. With,
Are you in that?
No.
No, you're not. What
No.
happened? No.
No, I'm not.
Why?
I don't know. Something's weird. I want to know why.
Yeah. What are you other than your show? Are you just staying busy with the show and stand up?
Yeah,
and
the
stuff?
show I've been working my tail off like a year, but it's gonna be killer. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's the funniest thing I've ever done. This TV show.
That's great. Well,
I'm very
good.
excited about it. And just I get to write something exactly. I mean, it's actually an hour, and no one's ever done like an hour-long comedy, and
No.
it's like, for good reason. It's really hard.
Yeah, it can't be fun.
So it's like the House of Cards, a comedy. Like House of Cards is 42 minutes. Ours is 42 minutes.
Okay.
And it's really funny. It's called Real Rob so far, unless we change the title. And look for it. Either it's Netflix or Hulu or
And there's no like nothing,
Showtime.
I can't go find it right now, goofing around.
No,
looking
well,
for stuff.
you probably could. If one of our editors sneaks it online or something.
Leaked it.
Probably a good idea.
But no, we've got it under wraps. Actually, the editorial people are my friends, but it's killer. You'll see it though. It's just one of those things where it's like it's 8 episodes. It's basically 8-hour-long movies.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah, but it's fun, and I got to do exactly what I wanted to do. It's swearing in it, and there's dirty, and it's exactly what I wanted to do.
Are there love scenes with your wife?
It's kind of there's some
a
couple
ton of them.
There's
Yeah.
a couple of creepy scenes that I go, I don't know if we want to show that. There's a funny there's a funny scene. My wife has a strangle mark on her neck, and it's pretty funny.
Is that like permanent, or was that just part of the show?
It was part of the show, but it's pretty damn funny.
I thought you'd written it in because she had a strangle mark. We
Yeah,
have to,
the
we have
night
to
before.
mention this.
No,
Let's
no,
write
but
this in.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny.
What do you do for fun, Rob Schneider? What is something?
That's a good question. I'm a workaholic. I like
Really?
working. Like I was psyched to come back to this club. Actually, till we come to the Tempe Improv and do 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday.
There you
But for fun, I like to. I don't want to be an elitist or whatever.
Dude.
I like to race cars, and
See?
that's kind of fun. But I don't like people know that. But I do.
You just did. You did.
That's what's fun. I enjoy that.
What kind of cars are you racing? Electric ones?
Road racing.
Well, no,
in the mud,
just
you
on the
getting-
track, just on the
okay.
track.
Yeah.
Just the small Ferraris.
Oh, wow.
So you don't have the underground cannonball race that your group of guys have.
No, I like those, and there's the other ones. Not the Lamborghinis. I forget.
Ferrari.
There's a small Ferraris, and there's other ones that I forget what the heck. My friend's got the racetrack out in the Palm Desert, and it's fun.
Wow.
And it's those are fun to do. I like traveling. I like eating. I'm an
There's nothing
emotional
wrong with
eater. My wife and I, we like to drink and go to Spain and do that. And my wife, until my wife had an accidental baby. By the way, if you want to have a baby by accident, try the Nuva ring. That's what worked for us.
Is that what she was using?
Yeah, and
Well, she is
did
Mexican.
I put it back in? No, I don't know
Yeah.
if it was 9 months later. But anyway.
Even
The ring went in sideways.
Mexican women are
Exactly.
so fertile, the Nuva ring can't stop it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty
Exactly.
impressive. Yeah.
But I love the Mexicans. Mexican women, they dress up. They put on high heels to go to the grocery store. they do the laundry in a negligee or something
Smells
nice. It's
so
nice.
good.
Yeah.
They're nice people. I love them.
Yeah.
Mexicans, they kiss you. I love it. It's a warm culture. They kiss you hello. They kiss you goodbye. Sometimes they stab you, but
Right.
most of the time they're very. It's a
Yeah, but
very
you have
warm
to-
culture.
You have to earn that.
Buenos dias.
Yeah, it's very rarely part of the greeting, but you'll get
Yeah.
stabbed now and again. Well, Rob, your show's coming out here in just a little while. We're looking forward to that. You got the
Yeah.
improv all weekend long. Any
Friday, Saturday.
words of wisdom for the people listening in Phoenix for something that you
Well, Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore, the 3rd movie's coming out next week. I'm not in it.
Do you get
And,
a car for promoting it for him?
I should get
I think
something.
so too, yeah.
Kevin Nealon said it was great because
He was
it's
in
a
it.
3-week vacation to
Oh, for him. Oh,
Africa,
good for him, yeah.
You didn't get it on that vacation.
No, I didn't. didn't. No, I was working on my show, but next time we might do a Western, and I think Kevin Nealon will probably be in that too.
Yeah.
Nealon, the nicest guy in comedy.
Absolutely.
Lovely
He's the
guy.
kindest
And
human being ever.
hilarious.
Right.
He's, I think Adam, I don't think he's announced it yet, but I'll tell you guys.
All right.
It's called The Ridiculous Six, and it's a Western.
Okay.
Instead of Magnificent Seven, The Ridiculous Six.
Yes.
And it's just he gets the six brothers. Adam's got to get the five other brothers who are all these half breeds, whatever, and out in the middle of nowhere in the West, and getting them together to save their father. And then
So you guys, you don't even care if there's a script, do you? You just go out and have fun together as friends.
well,
That's
I
what-
mean, it doesn't suck. I mean, that was
Yeah.
fun. We're gonna go to Hawaii and we're gonna do a film. I'm in.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't even have to read
He
a
picks
script.
great
You
locations.
had me at Hawaii.
Do you get through half a script sometimes and go, oh my God, I did it for the vacation?
Well, you know what the thing is, they're funny scripts. I mean,
Right.
he does that probably with my scripts, but he probably gets halfway and goes, eh. But it's just fun. The thing about it is like because I asked Adam, because we've been friends for a long, long time, and I said, Adam, you can get somebody else for this role. I love
Right.
you. Get somebody else. Get Nick Nolte. Get blah blah. And he says, no, I don't want Nick Nolte. And nothing against Nick Nolte. But he said like, well, I'd rather have you do it. I said, why? You can get anybody. He said, you put me in like 12 of these already.
Right.
And he said, no, because I know if I want somebody to go climb up that palm tree, you're dumb enough to do it, And it's true. I said, I don't. What he really meant was, I don't have to explain what's funny.
Yeah, I don't have to tell people this is what I'm looking
This is
for.
what, yeah. It's just
And
like
you can make it funny.
To have Nick
yeah,
Nolte.
and
He
the
knows that
trust.
you're going to deliver.
Well, thank you. But the key to it is like there's a trust there. If it starts to go south, then he starts to go one way. We'll follow each other,
Right.
and then add that little something. Like there was a scene that I was very proud of that was just on paper where Drew Barrymore's beating me with a baseball bat. That was all we had. But there was nothing written as I'm hitting. I'm supposed to be pretending to be beating him up. And there was no dialogue, but she's driving up, and so we needed to fill that time. So I was like, you make my sister come, clean your hotel room. You come over here, eat our pineapple, And he said, what does that have to do with anything? And then she hits me with the bat. And it was like that kind of thing. He has an openness and a fun to it.
He lets you go.
And that's the stuff that you end up, people remember.
Makes
Right.
it fun.
And he doesn't want Nick Nolte sitting in the thing going, what's my motivation? Why am
You know
I
what?
saying
Where's
this?
Where's Reggie Hammond?
Having to explain some stuff. And I get that. But he's one of those guys that just,
But I will say, it would have been hilarious to hear, you can do it.
Yeah, you have him do it. You can do it. There. Yeah.
I want another take on that. Yeah, I think it would be great.
But
there you go.
he came up to me when I was in Nick Nolte. It was one of those weird things. I was in Amsterdam. I was doing Deuce Bigelow 2, the not as good one. And
Is that what that one's officially called?
yeah, the not as good one.
I did it for the trip to Amsterdam.
Sometimes you can have one joke that ruins your whole movie. This one guy from The Simpsons, I'm a big sucker for The Simpsons. These
Yeah.
guys are geniuses. Matt Selman. This guy, Dan Graney. He said, it'd be funny if a girl had a penis on her nose and she's wearing a veil and she got a heart on. I said, that's hilarious.
Right.
So I did it and it ruined the whole movie. Sometimes
say that?
because it just, you can't go back to a normal movie if you got a girl with a penis on her face that
That's
gets a
true.
heart on and a
That is
veil
true.
gets hard. But anyway, so it just ruined the movie. But
So it was too funny.
I was such a whore for that funny joke. You just ruined the movie. But
Obsessed.
So
I
there-
got to do
yeah,
it.
it's
I don't
too
even know
funny.
where this came from. But what
just
was
wanted
it?
You're
to
in
talk about
Amsterdam
hard-ons.
with
I was in,
Nolte.
so Nick Nolte came up to me. You're very funny, silly young man. And I go, what are you doing over here? I'm talking to some scientists. And I went, oh, come on, get out of here. You're talking to scientists? How does that work? But yeah, I'm talking to some scientists over here. Yeah, you know who we need to talk to about this new scientific experiment? Nick Nolte, the guy from the deep.
He's in the red light district
was
looking
he-
for the scientists.
Was he also carrying
Yeah.
a singing and dancing frog around?
That would have been great. Oh, I would have loved that.
out what the hell is up with my frog friend.
But a great actor. I
Oh,
enjoyed it.
amazing. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely off kilter. Well, there you go.
Off-kilter.
Rob Schneider, thank you for coming down here and
Thank
getting
you.
up, driving all the way down here
See,
slowly.
that's right. I don't know a lot of comedians who drive straight here 12 hours later after a 3-hour delay in La Quinta.
Yeah,
that
well,
might be a first.
It could be. It could have been worse. It could have been in Palm Desert.
Could have been. I will tell you a couple of things. But one before I go. I know you got to go. But,
That's right.
Don Sterling,
Yeah,
the
what do you think of
Clippers. Well, if you can't trust the woman you're cheating on your wife with,
Right.
I mean, what hope is there for mankind? I mean, if you don't like black people, look, don't buy an NBA team. Okay, if you don't like black people, you got to go the other way. You
Some
don't like
things
black
just
people.
don't fit.
Go get a swimming team or
Yes.
something. Go and wait. Make sure you're not going to be surrounded by black people.
Get a
Field
NASCAR squad together. Yeah.
He should have been suspicious, though, because, that woman, I don't know what she is. The 80-year-old guys think anything half their age has got to be hot. You know, what is that? It's a sink. It's hot. I like it, But he should have been suspicious from the girl, whatever she is.
V. Stiviano.
V. He said, what do you want for Christmas? I want a tape recorder. Okay, all right. Yeah, well, all right, whatever.
And he got it for her.
These are the jokes, folks.
I looked 10 years ago. He was in a trial. And his,
I saw that too.
It's the exact same story.
He's a sick guy.
He's
a rich guy, and
she stole
he's a dumb guy. Because guys, even dumb guys, are stupid. Guys, they have like a gene that makes them dumb around women. Now how many rich they are there in the limo. She likes me for me. I know it. It's not that I'm in a limo buying her stuff, buying her a condo. She likes me for me. She likes a 70-year-old guy.
They all do.
But some
who
of them
doesn't
just
work
turn
out
around.
and whatever.
Right.
They have no problem just writing the check. That's $2 million.
Yeah. Well, they don't care.
That goes
I'd take
away.
it. Wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
I'd probably blow an old man for a couple $1 million.
Well, I don't know about blowing, but there's other options besides that.
What are your other options? Either way, you're a whore. You might as well just go for it.
Well, I respect that.
See?
You're a good man.
thank you.
You're a better man than me.
I'm an honest human. Yes, I am a good man for that.
You're
That's
a good man.
My morals on trial here.
That is a pretty. That I don't know, but the guy like. He's 80, it's just, there's so obviously entrapment there. What it really came down to was like he doesn't want, any guy who's got a potentially bigger schlong, definitely a basketball player is going to have a bigger schlong. Who'd want to follow that?
Exactly.
I mean, it's like, there's like, you say, are you inside me anymore? I don't know. I can't tell anymore. That's the stupid mentality. And then an old guy is going to be more stupider than a young guy. And young guys are pretty stupid to begin with.
An 80-year-old Jewish guy doesn't want a black guy banging away on his mistress, especially when he thinks one of them has AIDS.
The AIDS.
He doesn't understand AIDS in the first place.
I'm glad you said it, not me.
That's what we're talking about here. Nobody will bring it up. He's upset that Magic's HIV got on his mistress.
Well, or I just think it's more than that, because I think it wasn't just him. It was like, there's other guys.
And penises.
He was jealous and blah, blah, blah. But
again,
and also an idiot.
Penises.
But instead of just coming out, that's what a dumb guy is. If he would have just been honest and said, listen, I don't want you banging other guys, especially if they can fold it in half and it's still bigger than mine.
Wouldn't it make sense if he said, "Look, I own an NBA team. I've been in the locker room. I don't need you
know
banging
what this
those
is.
guys."
Yeah. Trust me. You're not even gonna know. You're not even gonna be able to feel me anymore.
Right.
But that was the truth. But instead, he has to make it about racism, and I'm sure he's probably racist too. But I guarantee you that was 82% of it.
I consider it good racism to say I don't want you to have sex with a black guy because I'm so much less than them.
Yeah, well, I would definitely think that's honest.
It's racism, but it's in a good way.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see the black guy who takes offense to that as far as like, hey, what are you saying? I got a big penis?
Yeah.
God, how dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
I'm going to boycott
Those
the
are
NBA.
fighting words.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Do you have a big penis?
Well, there's this.
Just answer yes.
It's very thick, and that works for me.
It destroyed a Nuva ring.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It blew
It's,
right past the barrier. So we're
yeah, I
proud
mean,
of
it's for guys like me, you got to deal with girth. You got to go the other way.
Yeah,
it's
like a
thick
brick.
at least, right?
No, you're supposed
Come
to
on, you got to admire the.
You like potatoes.
You got to put a tape measure around the side. It's at least as thick as it is long. You got to. It's got some symmetry to it. You got to enjoy that.
Yeah, you know how you know a guy doesn't have a big penis when you ask, "Do you have a big penis?" And they always start, that's a me because a guy with a big.
I was trying to think of
Dr.
Dr. Gonzo, my buddy. He says like, I have a small penis, but I have a tattoo of a huge penis on the side of it.
Perfect. Rob Schneider at the Improv all weekend long. If you want to go, we're gonna have some tickets online to give you at the Facebook page there.
Only Friday, Saturday. Come on
That's
out,
it.
man. That's my favorite club.
There
Come
you
on
go.
out.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. It's Rob Schneider, everybody.
We're doing it again. We're buying your love.
Hello?
Hi, it's Fitz from KEPD. Did you send us a text?
Yes, I did.
What word did you text to us, sir?
Bill.
Well, you got 500 bills, baby.
Right on, brother.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
Who's this? You called me.
You didn't text a contest on a radio station there?
Oh, yeah, I text you.
Yeah.